everything. There we go. Hey, Sach.
Hey Mario, thanks
No,
for having me.
man, same for you, man. Thanks for coming and thanks for also share your time. There we go. So do you want to introduce maybe yourself?
Sure. Hey everyone. So my name is Zach, and I am Diablo Flamenco on YouTube and Instagram. I am a student of Mario. I've been studying with him for the past year or so. I also teach some of my own students and have my own channel where I teach beginners. And we'll be doing a introductory lesson today together as a collaboration.
Great. So as we want to talk today about Solea stuff, okay? So we want to talk about like a small introduction of the part of the style. After that, we want to talk about the harmony, also rhythm, and also like a few falsetas, a few details that you would be great for you to know whenever you play Solea. Sometimes I love Solea style because you can learn like really old, traditional, easy stuff, easy things that you will be using for the rest of your life if you learn them, no? So it doesn't happen to some other palos because you mm, improve with the times, with the years, and everything get modern. But Soleil is a style, a palo that you can play whatever you learned like 70 years ago or 100 years ago. That it's also going to work today, So we're going to talk about that. Of course, if you have any question on Instagram or also YouTube, I will be watching the YouTube channel for people that want to, if any people want to ask something, I will be also reading the chat there. So let's start. Okay, Sach, as you told me that maybe it would be nice to introduce like the Solea style, the origins, like the where this come from. So not just a Solea style, also Solea palo, like Solea style, and of course all the flamenco music, flamenco art comes from the most traditional Spanish music. So, as a teacher told me a few years ago, Spanish music, not flamenco, Spanish music became mm, so much difficult to play, sing, and dance, and it became like better, more difficult, and something different happens. What's this different thing? It's called flamenco. Okay. And also Solea, at the same time as a lot of different flamenco styles, come from a few. I don't know if folkloric is nice. Do you have this word on English?
Yeah, folkloric, like by the people, basically, like
Yeah,
common
by the people.
folk.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So before Solea, of course, flamenco art, flamenco music, you can find in Spain like jaleos, like jotas, like fandangos, like seguidillas with D, not R. All of them are like really folkloric, like by the people styles. I'm watching here like an article that I will send you because it's really interested for every people. Yeah, you can find like El Jaleo, like Fandango, Jota, Seguidilla with D, not with R, as I told you. All of those folkloric style, folkloric ways of do the flamenco, sorry, the Spanish music, when they became more difficult, something like the flamenco appeared. So Solea, Bulería, Alegría, whatever. But it's not maybe like the soleaori, it's like the flamencori. Of course, the solea has like a really important like harmony, rhythm, a lot of things, different things, really particular things that just the solea has. And of course, came some from another like path of the of the Spanish folkloric music. So, but if we want to focus on solea, I read in a few articles a few years ago that it came around the Malagueña and the Malaga singers singings. Okay, when they call Malaga, they want to say that it's around the E flamenco cadencia. It's like the A minor, G, F, E flamenco. That's when we want to talk about like around the mountain, like we call rondeñas, abandolaos, Malaga. When we call Malaga, we want to say not Malaga city. We want to say like around the mountain styles, rondeñas, abandolaos. All these styles are comes from the mountains, from the like a really inside of the mountain people. So it was when we want to say it comes from the Malaga swing roof. It's because of the flavor of the flamenco key that we have from flamenco.
Mhm.
So after that, we say that it's something that smells to Malaga styles at the same time that it goes through Jerez, Cádiz, and after that Triana. Triana is a neighborhood from Sevilla. So it's like take up we takes the smells of the mountains of the flamenco key that Spanish has at this moment, and right after that to make it like hondo, no, like more. How do you say hondo in English?
Hondo is deep, profound.
Deep, deep, profound. That's the word. Once that we take like the flamenco key, flamenco harmony and environment to make it deeper, so it goes through Jerez, Cádiz, and finally Triana, a neighborhood from in Sevilla, that they give like the real groove and swing that it has today.
Mhm.
So of course, at the moment, I cannot say that 100% sure about that. We have to look for that, but I'm pretty sure that the gypsy people give those hondo, no, like those deep sensations to the palo.
Mhm.
And after that, people like me that I'm a gypsy, of course, were playing and also doing that. But at the beginning, the people that make the style as we know today, is much probably that Gitanos, gypsy people was the people that made that. Okay.
Right. And it's important to know from my English speaking students that study with me or the ones watching with us today, the word solea comes from a different Spanish word, the Andalusian pronunciation of the word soledad,
Soledad, that's
which
it.
means solitude or solitary in English. So you can tell just by how this word is the tone of the music, but also the cante as well of what we are performing within this style, and we'll get into it, and you'll be able to hear it as you play with us today, as we demonstrate as well. And Mario, would you like to demonstrate a couple compasses of Solea?
I think so, man. So, did you want to talk like this small explanation about the harmony? Do you want to play to do now or after the explanation?
Let's just introduce it,
Okay,
just so they
great,
can hear it, and then we'll explain the harmony.
great. Let's do that. So a few minutes ago, talking with Satch of what are we going to talk about. We have like a structure, of course, always open to any question that you have. But he asked myself, so if it's normal, if it's common to play. So Solea is in a 12-beat measure always, okay, around the flamenco key. So he asked me if it's normal to go around a flamenco key with no rhythm before the singer or the dancer start to dance or sing Solea. So I say him that you can do that. So once you go around the flamenco cadencia like so that's a sound. So if you play that, you don't know if you're playing malagueña or fandango or solea. I'm giving like a groove, like a swing, like an environment, no? Once that I hear, I need solea. I catch you, no? Like 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. Once that I hear that, hey, we are in solea. I can spend like 1 hour around the E, G, F, E, G, F, E, and you don't know exactly what I'm doing, like a flamenco fantasy. But after that, when I hear that's Solea.
And
So
this
you
key
can,
just screams flamenco as well
yeah.
to anyone that listens to it.
So on the times A flamenco key was before because the bass is on the fifth string, and when the guitar just has five strings, there's no bass on the sixth that we can do. So E flamenco was a second key to appear once that we have the sixth string guitar. Okay, and So as I told you, let's like a small introduction of Solea, okay?
Mhm.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Okay.
Ale.
So as you see here, I've never soleado some really nice palo. It also happens in other flamenco styles that you can. First of all, when I say palo, I say flamenco style. Okay, solea is a palo, bulería is a palo, sevillana is a palo, whatever. Solea is one of the palo that I enjoy a lot because if you are not with percussion or palmas, you can, if you are accompanying a singer, you can play a lot with rhythms like chewing. You can go up and go down, and you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I make it bigger. Okay, it's not as much hard like this, but that's the idea. You can go there and return, and you can make it slowly and quickly. That's really nice because you can work and play a lot around those ideas. Okay.
And for the
Uh,
English speakers as well, I'll just mention this quickly. The word palo literally means a branch or a stick, but in this case, we're talking about a style like Mario mentioned, or an off branch, because we like to think of flamenco as a big tree. Because remember, Mario mentioned all the different cities with the different variations of the same style. That's
yeah,
where it got the name palo.
that's it. That's it. So more or less, I think right now, I think that's a nice interaction. No, that it would be nice to start talking about the harmony. And after that, as we told you, we want to also teach and show like really these a few details I played a few minutes ago. And let's talk about the harmony first thing, about compas, and also a few things for repertoire that you will use forever if you really learn them. Okay. So okay, let me take the iPad because I'm going to explain a few things here on my iPad, and after that, let's take the guitar.
Sure.
So if you are on Instagram, you aren't going to be able to see what I'm doing with my iPad. So if you want, you will see the recording on our YouTube channel. Because I'm going to explain something that sometimes some people, also in Spain, so many. This morning I was with a Bayern player, and he doesn't understand this thing that I'm going to explain you right now. So in any music culture, classical music, and whether classic pop, rock, whatever music culture, I think I don't know African something really strange for me, no, but something that we daily hear. We always know like the minor keys and major keys. We know that A minor is cousin of C major, as I told sometimes to my students, that there are relative chord, relative harmonies, relative keys. But for flamenco people, we think that we have minor keys, we have major keys, and we have flamenco keys. So for me, E flamenco with the A, E, F, E. So when I think on that, I don't think that I am on A minor key. I am on E flamenco
Mhm.
because my tonic, my first rate is E flat 9. That's not also E major. E major is this. That's well, that's E flamenco. Okay. Of course, it's around. Sorry, it's around the A minor or C major scale. Okay,
Mhm.
that's right. But you can add the 7 flat, so the 7 sharp, or the third sharp note, so the G sharp and the D sharp note. For those that knows a little bit of harmony, if you add to a A minor scale, if you add the G sharp and the D sharp, you're going to add like the flamenco sound on that scale. Okay. So what I mean, I'm going to share my screen here on the on on my YouTube on the YouTube channel live.
Mhm.
Do you see a screen? No such.
Yep, looks good.
Okay. So as I told you, as we has minor keys on and major keys in a lot of music cultures, we also have the flamenco key. So if I am thinking in minor, for example, A minor, I will be thinking in C major, like the relative. And if I am thinking on flamenco key, the relative, the cousin of those keys is going to be E flamenco. We can write down E, sorry, E flat 9. Okay, because you add the F note at this case to make this chord flamenco instead of major. That's it. So I'm going to give you a really quick tip for you if you want to find which flamenco key are you right now. So imagine, for those that more or less knows a little bit about music, if you are on a music score, okay, I'm going to write the triad of the A minor chord. It's going to be A, C, and E. That's a triad of A minor chord. So if you want to find like the major, minor, and flamenco relatives, if you go to the minor chord where you are, in this case we're on A minor. If you go to the A minor key, if you write down like the triad of the chord, you will find on the tonic, you're going to find the minor relative. At the third, you're going to find like the major one. On the fifth, you're going to find the flamenco relative. That's a really easy trick for those that knows a little bit about music, okay? If you don't know music, hey Mario, I have no idea about music, you have to take lessons about that. Okay, sorry about that. Not with me, with whatever, but that's something that I spent for 14 years on the conservatory to learn, no? That's a trick, as I told you, for those that knows a little bit about music, okay? So another, we have, it does, I don't want to say with that all the music, all the flamenco music is on flamenco keys. No, you will find a lot of styles, a lot of different things on minor keys, a lot of different styles on major keys, and a lot of different styles on flamenco keys. Mm-hmm. So that's something that, hey, every flamenco music is F, G, F, E, A, G, F, E. No, you will find ideas that they are on E major. And we are here between the fourth, fifth, and fifth, the classical music. Okay, like the most traditional songs that you ever hear. So that's
based on these free, major, minor, and Phrygian or flamenco keys. There's three palos that come to mind, and Mario just played Alegria. If we do the A minor, I think of Faruca, and then of course the E flamenco, we have Solea, and all of them sound different. It's because of these different keys that we're in and just different methods of playing, different compasses or different rhythms. For my English speakers, we'll talk about compas in a little bit.
That's it. So just in case, if you are watching this video and if you want Sach or myself to go through any other style that you want, that you like, or that you maybe don't understand, please give us a comment on the post, maybe on the live or maybe on the YouTube live that we are doing right now. And it would be great for us to get another lesson like this, to talk about like the origin or whatever about the palo, the style that you want to know about. Okay, man, so that's more or less like the most important thing that I want to talk about the harmony. It's not, if I told you, it's not only on Solea stuff. It's like something that I want you to understand. Flamenco is not na 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 na. Not that. It's a lot of more things. Like one more word. It's like open your mind, and if you are on flamenco with a flamenco player, you have to think about that. Maybe you will be on a minor key, on a major key, or on a flamenco key. If you're on A minor, G, F, E flamenco, it's not A minor because the A minor needs the E7th chord to finish. Okay, that's one idea. As I told you, it's not for Solea only, it's more like for the idea of the flamenco art and flamenco music in general. Man, so let's go, let's play, I think, no?
Yeah.
So,
So let's start with let's explain what the compas is. I can just kind of explain it quickly for our English speakers, and then we'll break down the very basic compas. And we can always give a couple examples as well.
great.
So the best way I can describe compas for our English speakers watching us today, I like to explain it like a compass, just because that's the closest word to English. It sounds like it's basically what we would call in English music rhythm, or a bar, or a measure of music, and it's how we flow through our flamenco music.
Great.
In Western music, we have mostly stuff that's in four time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But flamenco, we have that, but in Solea, in the traditional gypsy styles, most of them are in cycles of 12.
Yeah.
It's not too much different than counting in four. It's just we're going longer, and we have different accents, and that's just the part that we need to get used to. But it's not as hard as you think, and I don't want you guys to overthink it either. Hopefully we'll make it easy for you guys today.
Yeah, it's like always when first a person wants to learn flamenco, it's like all those 12-beat measures for me are like the second step. Because when you start flamenco guitar, you have to learn about techniques, some really special that techniques that flamenco guitar has at the beginning, and of course the rhythm. So instead of do, for example, Solea at the beginning, I start, for example, with tango or rumba, or tango is a nice style that I always start to learn, teach, because tango style is on a 4-beat measure: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like rock, like pop, like rap, like trap, like whatever. It's a really common measure that we find daily in a lot of songs that we hear. So because at the same time that we are not taking care about the rhythm, we are learning like the flamenco techniques, the flamenco languages, no? So once that we have here the flamenco language, okay, let's go with a 12-beat measure. Because right now we don't have to take care about the techniques because we have learned them with the tangos. Now we are going to go to Solea. Now that we don't have to take care about the techniques, and let's think and let's concentrate ourselves on the 12-beat measures that we want to work. No?
Yeah, I'm the same as Mario. I always start with rumba, usually with my students.
Great. Rumba is also nice. And it's also really nice because you can find like flamenco keys, rumba, minor keys, rumba, and major key rumba in a lot of cases. That's great also. Okay, let's talk about Solea. People, we say people, gente. We say please. First that you try to learn how to play Solea, how to play falseta, if you don't know how to play palmas, you don't know how to play Solea, never. So you can play like a 7-minute solo with guitar, but if you don't know how to play palmas, man, stop what are you doing, because you're making a big mistake.
And this goes into playing compas, which, in my opinion, Mario, I think you would agree as well, is the most important part of flamenco because it overlaps with cante, baile, the singing and the dancing. To me, I don't care if you're the flashiest player, if your compas isn't good, then I wouldn't say you're the best flamenco guitarist. I think you would agree with that as well.
Of course, man.
Understanding this concept that we're going to do is probably the key to flamenco.
For my opinion, okay, as that's something that there's not so many things right now. There are a lot of rules, but I think last year I see that each teacher has their own book. No, as I decide always how I want to teach. So in this case, I think that if you don't know how to do palmas, it's because you are not understanding what are you playing at. So for me, that's a big mistake. If you don't know how to do palmas of whatever palo that you are playing, man, stop playing guitar and learn how to do palmas because it's the most important thing. Guys, so like a 2 minutes lesson of how to play palmas on Solea. We're on a 12-beat measure. That's the same rhythm pattern that you are going to find on Alegrías and maybe in Solea por Bulerías. 12 beats, okay, and the accent is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I make the accent with the head. Right now I'm going to do with the palmas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if you know how to do that, a lot of dancers are going to pay you just for playing palmas at their studios because they need that. They don't want like a metronome. They want palmas. They want a person that go up and go down, and the dancer have to take care about what this clapper is doing with the palmas. So and go to the dance studio and do palmas every day. It's going to be the most important thing and the best thing that you can do to improve your rhythm, to improve your groove, and to improve your soul, flamenco soul. Okay, and that you can do a lot of some more difficult thing with the palmas. I don't want you to do that. If you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with a dancer, she's going to appreciate it a lot because that's what they need. Okay. And let's do the compas. Okay. Once that we know and we'll learn that we are on a 12-beat measure, let's going to fit on those 12 beats like a compas. Compas is going to be like a pattern, like a detail. We say in Spanish recursos, like research. I don't know how to say in English. Resources. But I look for the word in the dictionary and it's not mean the same thing as in Spanish. It's like details. It's like, because for example, just to tell you, if I play that, it's not a falseta. Maybe it's not a compas. It's like a detail. I don't know what a word like that we can use for it. We say recursos, like it's like details, detalles. We can say also detalles.
I
It's
think
going to
in English, what I've been describing stuff like that, I've been calling it a falseta fill because it's not a full falseta. It's a little melodic bit that you can put within the compas, and it finishes the compas basically.
Okay, great. Okay, so that's the idea. So Solea, and also Solea, it's nice because you sometimes you don't need like a big falseta to accompany. Just using those details, if you have 20 details like this, you can accompany 100% with no falsetas because the palo, like the swing, like the groove that it has, gives to you the opportunity to be able to just do these details instead of big falsetas. If you have falsetas, that's great. But you can go through that without falsetas in this case. Okay? So we're going to see like the most basic compass pattern that I use, that you will use whenever you play guitar. And a few details, as I told you at the end, to make it a little bit different. And also like a really traditional falseta that's going to give you one more thing to your repertoire, okay? And that's it, okay? Let me focus it. There we go. Let me use the capo maybe on the second, so don't have. Okay. Let's start. Okay, let's do maybe for the Instagram. It's going to be difficult. Okay, if you want to see, if you're on Instagram, if you want to see the lesson, ask for us because we have the YouTube live, okay, on our channels. It's going to be so much easier for you to learn that. So let's see about the Solea pattern, okay? So we are right now thinking on 12-beat, okay? We're on a E flamenco, it's like E major, but we're going to add the 9 flat. And once we add that, we're going to start counting the 12 beats. 1, 2. With the index, we go down. 1, 2. And on the 3, we put the F major chord. If you want, you don't have to do the capo. I just press the 6th string here, okay? So it's like 1, 2, 3, or 3 with all the hand, whatever you want. Maybe you can use it like the thumb, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's really easy right now. I'm going to play the complete thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. It's like the F major 7th chord. F, A, C. 4th string, 3rd fret. 3rd string, 2nd fret. 2nd string, 1st fret. 7, 8. It's like an E major. First chord, 3rd string, second string, sorry, 2nd fret, 4th string, okay? 7, 8, 7, and be careful here. We're going to see like the beats number 10, 11, and 12. And I want you guys to do this pattern 10, 11, 12 forever. Because it's going to give you a lot of strength on the compass, on the feeling of the measure, okay? It's going to be 10, 6th string, 1st string with the index, 10, 11, 12. It's 4th, 3rd with the E flamenco chord, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st with the index. Okay? It's going to be 10, 11, 12. So the complete one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, also you can do a small change. Instead of stay on the F during the beats 4, 5, 6, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. So spend the 4, 5, 6 instead of an F chord on the E flamenco chord. Okay? Okay, so that's the easiest way to play the Solea compas. Okay? So if you see, it's really easy, and at the same time, it's going to give you the opportunity to get inside of the 12-beat measure in a really, really easy way. So we can do like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but that's the second step. First of all, please, I want you to understand the 12-beat measure. So it's going to be thanks that you learn a really easy pattern. They give you the opportunity to be able to do that in a really easy way. Okay, don't be okay. What's the next thing to do? I don't want you to be frightened about what to play. If you play that in a really easy way, it would be great for you to understand that. Okay, yeah, it's free. It's free now on the Nissan. Don't worry. So I'm going to repeat that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9. You can do also 7, 8, 9 with the index going up on the half beat. 7, 8, 9, and close. This close is really important. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let me get inside of your live transmission again.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
And while Mario's doing that, for the absolute beginners, you can think of the Solea compas as groups of free beats. I like to describe Solea as, let me accept that. 4 sections. So to me, groups 1, 2, 3 is one section, 4, 5, 6 is another, 7, 8, 9 is another, and 10, 11, 12 is one more section.
Okay. Yeah, I think as you told me, I've never think about this way. I think that's great to think about like this because you can learn like different details of each part.
Mhm.
That's great. I've never think about that like you. So as I told you, let's go through the 1, 2, 3 beats. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's one way.
Mhm.
1, 2. It's like E flamenco, E7, F, 1, 2, 3 again.
Yeah.
Another one. 1, 2, 3. A minor, G major, F major. Another 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Another 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. F, G, F. Also works. And I think that's enough for the 1, 2, 3 beats. It's like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. I think it's okay.
And for my beginner students, the reason why I separate it into beats is because some of these chord transitions, if you just haven't done them before, especially this E flat to our flamenco style F chord, as I like to describe it, it can be a tricky switch at first if you're just not used to it.
Yeah.
So if you're just not used to it yet, here's your chance to just go 1, 2, 3, stop there. One more time, 1, 2, 3. Just getting used to that first. Plus, just these 2 chords is the typical sound of Solea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's enough for you to have the F major chord and the E flamenco chord. So just with that, I'm using F, E, F, E. So just using the F and E chord, you can make like have Solea environment 100%. Okay? So let's talk like the 4, 5, 6. Okay? 4, 5, 6, I think that's a thing that I told you. 4, 5, 6, in whatever chord that you are. So you are going to do, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you can stop with a silence.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I need the golpe on the beat number 6 because the singer is going to wait that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think that for beginners, just 4 and 5 and 6 or just stay silent and just do the golpe on the 6th beat.
Yeah, okay. I think the silence is best for our beginner students, but just keep in mind for those of you who are beginner students, very important to keep counting because this is a common spot where if you're not in compas or still getting used to compas, you're either gonna speed up or slow down. Because I've seen this where they're going 1, 2, 5, 6, 7.
That's why, baby.
Sped up the compas.
That's because of you have to take care about that. At the beginning, always do 4 and 5 and 6 to be really sure about that you are doing the 12 beats because this happens so many times. Because of this, I also told you, please, at the 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. Because you can do 10, 11, and 12. But I don't want you to suppose those 2 beats. I want you right now to play those 2 beats to be able to know 100% where you are always. Okay.
And to me, counting out loud really helps students.
Yeah. Also, but it's difficult for me. It's difficult to count. Yeah. Right now that I'm teaching a lot, I learning how to count at the same time that I play. And nice. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Ready? 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. As we told a few minutes ago. 7, 8. 9. Okay, yeah, it play 3 times, one time in each string. 6 and legato, and the same thing on the 5th. we do this one, or
Mhm.
you want to say something?
So with 789, um, for those of you who follow my YouTube channel, I have a video or a couple videos where I talk about the 789 and the falseta fills, as I like to put it, where we can do melodic stuff. Because to me, 789 is where we can make the most changes. And
Yeah,
we have a
yeah,
lot of freedom. I gave some basic ones, some of the ones that Mario does. This one is very traditional. The slower one he did, I do a variation where I go and I hold that until I go to 10, 11, 12. So that'll be 7, 8, 9, 10. You can do that if you want. I've done more complicated ones too. To 10, 11, 12. The possibilities are endless, so that's one of the fun things about this part of the compas. But these are
yeah,
just the basic ones to get you started.
yeah.
Another easy one that I like, if you build that F major 7 shape, slide it down. So now your pointer finger's on the 3rd fret, middle finger's on 4, ring's on 5, 7, 8, 9. I'm just sliding the whole shape down 1 fret each time.
That's
So
it.
here's 7, here's 8, here's 9. There's another really old school one, but it works very well.
Yeah, great. Man, that's it. Let me think on a different one. And also this one, like a double arpeggio of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So 7, 8, 9, and the close. So we are going to see in a few minutes, okay? And the close. And the close, guys, on 10, 11, 12, I'm not going to explain something and nothing else because I do that on the stage, and that's the only one for beginners that you will really go through the 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. Because 10, 11, 12, sometimes you get started again and you eat the 12th beat. And man, I want 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. So you guys, 10, 11, 12. Okay? 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. You can go through so the cadence if you want to study that. Whatever you want. Okay, but that's a nice studio, nice exercise to work on the close because you will use that a lot in flamenco music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, please. I don't know on Instagram you are listening to us. Please, any person that is listening to us on Instagram, if they hear ourselves, would be great if you told us that you are listening to our meeting, just in case there is any problem. Man, I think that's it. No, let's talk about the falseta.
Yeah, or if you want to demonstrate just a couple compasses strung together.
Okay.
It's very important as well for beginners to realize, and this has to do with how flamenco is taught as well. We tend to teach one compas at a time. So what I've seen American students do, they'll learn one compas and then they learn another compas, and then I tell them, okay, now string them together. And then it sounds like this. They have very common to hear in American students that I've noticed. So I think we should demonstrate a couple compasses actually strung together, because keep in mind, it's kind of like 4/4 music, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We immediately start back on 1. In this case, once we pass 12, we go back to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. We go back to the beginning, it starts over. Think of it like a clock.
Okay, just taking care. You mean that we have to take care about the silence that some people do between the 12 and the first again, no?
Yeah, because we tend to learn compasses one by one. So I've noticed that there's a pause sometimes with some students where they play the first compas and then they stop, and then they play the second one.
Okay,
That's
great.
great for learning, of course, but in terms of performance, we want to flow one
Okay,
compas to the next because that's staying in compas.
okay, great. Okay, so let me do a few examples. Okay,
Mhm.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's true. Be careful when you finish a 12 beat, you are not finishing. Be careful that you have to restart again since the beginning, again the complete measure. Okay,
Mhm.
great man, great comment. Something else before the falseta?
No, I think that's good. We'll do a simple version, and there's variations of this falsetta as
Great.
well. I think you showed me a really simplified version, and I had one where I just added a few more notes, but it's basically the same idea. So we can show the simple one first, and then we can talk about variations, of course.
Great. So we're going to talk about like the falseta. Okay, please. You will use a falseta. Usually, falseta, that's a word, that's a thing that we use on the guitar. That's a music variation that more or less about 20, 30 seconds, 40 seconds maximum. That's something that the guitar usually do to give a break for the singer. So while the singer is drinking some water between each strophe, okay, so we are going to use like a really small musical detail, to give seconds for to breathe for the guitar for the singer. So that's something that we love to learn new falsetto of each guitar, famous guitar, or sometimes we compose our own falsettas. So I'm going to teach like a really old one. I don't know the composer. It's really old, and that's something that you can play if you are a beginner or if you are playing in front of 20,000 people. Because it's Solea 100%. It's going to be with the thumb, and be careful and don't forget to think about the theory that we talk on the 10, 11, 12, because we're going to use that a lot of times in this case. 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to do like a thumb exercise. It's going to be, that's all. Okay, we're going to do a lot of times this exercise. First frets, the fifth, sixth string, on the fifth, on the fourth. Okay, 6, 5 string, 4 string, and cierre. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In Spanish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to do the complete thing because you have to repeat that, I think, 3 times. Okay, let me see. Yeah, you have to do like the first thing. Okay, that's the first thing. After that, you have to do 3 times the thumb combination. 1, 2, 3, and cierre. Okay. 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that, you can do the compas. So I'm going to do the compas and the falseta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 11, 12. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? That's a falsetto, guys, tales that you will use today, tomorrow, and in 100 years. That it's always work. So once that you have that, you can do, once that you feel strong with the falsetto, with the tail, as an introduction, and now you can start like with the real strong rhythm. But as an introduction, you can do the complete thing twice. The first time with giving the environment, but with a not really hard rhythm, and the second time with the normal rhythm. To do like an introduction for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I think that's, if any person have a question, do you think that we can talk about something else?
Yeah, see if anyone has questions relating to Solea or just questions in general. In the meantime, I'll kind of discuss a variation of what Mario played. So for the absolute beginner, that works really well. Even if you're advanced, I've played more complicated Solea falsettos before. I still come back to this one a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a really good one, especially for the dance. It just has the beats really strong there for the dancer. I do a similar thing where I go,
Okay.
right? So instead of going, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, kind of feel, or triple it, 1, if you want to think of it that way. In my version, it's all triplets: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Great.
So slightly different, but it has a different feel, especially the ending. Instead of just going 3 times.
That's it.
Or mine, I go here, then I kind of go back. So this is 6th string, 1st fret, open A, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, open D, then to go back to the A string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and then back to our opening melody, basically. So very, very similar to what Mario played.
Yeah, and like the idea for those that maybe spend a few years playing guitar, if you do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you make like a different melody with this chord, you are composing your own falsetto. So, for example, if I am doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or whatever you do on those three measured beats, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you follow this structure, this chord, okay, you can start composing your own falsettos. Something that I do a lot of times. But I take like structure of harmony that I like. I take out the harmony and I compose a melody around this harmony that I like. Okay. That's it, guys. Something else? Any question, guys, that you can send on Instagram, maybe YouTube? Maybe please, if you have any question, You can leave a post, leave a comment on any post that you see. And just let you know that Sach, myself, and a few students together are getting ready like a big course with 7 different levels, and could be great to let you really soon about what are we talking about.
Mhm. Yeah, more details to come about that soon.
Yeah,
We'll get
yeah,
back to you.
yeah. Okay, Sach. So I think it's okay. For the guys, we can say bye bye on Instagram and also on YouTube. Please, thanks for coming, Sach. Friend, thanks for spend time with me. Always great to talk with you, and always learn a lot. Today I learned like those 4 different parts of teach the Solea compass. That's great. I've never think about this, and that's really helpful for me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mario. And I'm gonna post this on my YouTube channel, this class.
Great.
So for my students, my followers, go follow Mario, his YouTube channel, Mario Moraga Flamenco. Uh, Also, his Instagram is it Mario Moraga? Is it guitarista or flamenco? I can't remember.
Mario Moraga Flamenco, I think.
Mario Moraga.
We will send you the link. I will leave the link on your video when you upload, and they can go directly to there.
Yeah. And then for Mario's followers, if you'd like to follow me at
Of course,
Diablo on YouTube and Instagram. And
he has a lot of for all my English speaker followers. He has a lot of video, a lot of lessons, a lot of things that we can you can learn with him. So that's a great guy and a great guitar player also.
and I do have a couple of Solea lessons. So if you want more Solea, then check out my channel. I got a few of them there.
Great. Okay, man. So see you soon, and great to have you here. Thanks all the guys for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.